When I was growing up, both my parents, my mom and my dad, during the summer or on nice days in the spring and the fall, would spend time outside at the end of the day, either sitting on the front porch or in the backyard on the back swing, back in the back of the yard, sitting there, reflecting on their day or talking to each other. And it was their time of solitude, to be by themselves. Sometimes they would spend time alone or with each other. But as kids growing up, we knew that it was their time just to be and to reflect on their day. What they taught me was the importance of that time of solitude and that time of reflection. I know my dad, even up towards the end of his life, he would sit at the backyard in the swing and just reflect and look across the yard or the house with one of the dogs and gaze upon that with such gratitude that he would tell us, that just being grateful for life that was before him. Today's gospel reminds us of the value of rest in our work of serving and loving one another. This gospel passage in Mark, chapter 6, verses 30 to 34, is in between stories of Jesus feeding the multitudes and the stories of the disciples being sent on mission. In this gospel, the disciples come back and they report to Jesus what had happened. I'm sure they have tons of stories to tell him about everything that happened. And Jesus responds to them by saying, "Come by yourselves to an out-of-the-way place and rest a little." You've just got back from ministry. Let's take some time out to get some rest. They knew that their stories were impactful, their work was impactful, because later on in the gospel, more people found out who they were and started coming towards them. But nonetheless, Jesus says people will still come. What's important right now is to take time by ourselves to rest for a while. And then go back at it in ministry to keep serving in love. Today's gospel highlights that key point. In between all our work, in between all our service, the key to keep going is to take time and value those restful moments by ourselves to reflect on our lives and to take time to recharge. So this week, where is that front porch swing or the backyard swing for you? A place that you can go and rest for a while in solitude or with a significant other to reflect on your day in between your work and your service. Where is your place to find rest? And also, how can we give others the space that they need to process and reflect on their day? Because we all do it differently. We all reflect and spend time alone in our own way. This week, Jesus is inviting us, in between our work and our service of love, to come away by ourselves and rest for a while. Let us take that moment to sit and reflect on our day and how we love one another in our living of this life of discipleship today. Amen.